Irrational numbers. What are irrational numbers? Let's see what the unit also says with regard to rational numbers. We talked about irrational numbers already. We talked about rational, now we're talking about irrational number. It says it's a number that cannot be written as a fraction. Whereas rational numbers can be written as a fraction, irrational numbers cannot be written as a fraction. For example, the square root of 5, the square root of 10, the square root of 3, the square root of 15. Irrational numbers have, the examples of irrational numbers basically have the square root of a whole number, not just any whole number, because the square root of 25 is 5. So that's a rational number. But the square root of 5, you put the square root of 5, you get to a decimal. It does not have any pattern, and it goes on continuously forever without any pattern. If you Google irrational numbers, examples, you will see them having square roots of. And you have some famous one like pi and e. There's on a website about it. Square root of 2, square root of 3, square root of 5, e and pi. Okay. Are irrational numbers. Here it is. It's a nice website. I hope this is the one I included for you all. Each has a website. Okay, so here's one here. Right, irrational numbers. Basic maths, com.com, irrational numbers, but you have another one. So this one can also be added to it. Cannot be written as a decimal. Okay, so if you want to list an example, I'm going to list an example so that you can use it to pattern in the assignment. So look, we have it there already. Examples. Of irrational. Square root of. So we need the square root notation, square root symbol. It's called a radical sign. Here it is. The square root of 7. Most of them are odd numbers, but you have some square odd numbers. 9, the square root of 9 is not an irrational number. Okay, you have the square root of 12. Because 12 is not a square number. So if the number is not a square number, okay, then you can, when you square root it, you'll get an irrational number. A square number is not in list, so you can do it by saying take note. And put that take note up there. A square number is a number such that product of a number that was multiplied itself. That's how you get a square number. You have to take a number and multiply it to itself. The product will be a square number, such that, or therefore, it is possible to square root a square number contain an integer. Or terminating decimal. Okay. Or a rational number if you want to put that way. Square root of 25 is 5 because 5 times 5 is 25. But number that was multiplied by itself, integer or terminating decimal to give you 17. The square root of 17 is an irrational number. So therefore now, in a nutshell, an irrational number not be written fraction. Please bear in mind that irrational numbers are real numbers. In mathematics, it says the irrational numbers are all the real numbers that are not rational. Okay, it says so in this website. Well, this is Wikipedia that is saying that. Okay. And however, this is confirmed in the diagram in our chart. You have number, you have complex number, you have the real part and the imaginary part. The imaginary part stops right there. But then the real part branches off to rational and irrational, which in turn branches off to certain transcendental. So irrational numbers are real numbers. All the other numbers come under real numbers, except imaginary numbers. So please take note of that.